Can't climb the stairs without grabbing the handrail? Do your knees ache after a short walk through the grocery store? Maybe getting out of your favorite chair isn't as easy as it used to be. Or perhaps you've started avoiding long walks, not because you don't enjoy them, but because your knees seem to give up before you do. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many adults over 60 notice their knees don't feel as strong or as dependable as they once did. And when your knees begin slowing you down, life starts changing in ways you never expected. You think twice before parking farther away. You hesitate before taking the stairs. You wonder if you'll be able to keep up with the grandkids or enjoy that vacation you've been looking forward to. It's frustrating because weak knees don't just affect how you move. They affect your confidence. Now, here's the good news. Before you spend money on another expensive supplement or another bottle making big promises, take a look inside your local grocery store because some of the most practical foods for supporting healthy muscles, bones, and joints are probably already sitting on the shelves. Let's be clear. No food can erase years of wear and tear. No grocery item can magically cure knee pain. But choosing nutritious foods every day can help support the muscles, bones, and connective tissues your knees rely on. That's exactly what today's video is about. We'll explore 6 everyday grocery store foods that deserve a place in your kitchen after 60. They're easy to find, affordable, and commonly available in grocery stores all across the United States. We'll also finish with one simple daily habit that costs nothing, yet many people completely overlook. So stay with me, because the very first food on today's list is one almost everyone has in their refrigerator. Some people eat it every morning. Others only use it while baking. Most never stop to think about how well it fits into a healthy eating pattern or staying active after 60. Let's uncover what it is. 1. Eggs. Eggs have been a breakfast favorite in American homes for generations. Simple, affordable, and incredibly versatile. Whether you like them scrambled, boiled, poached, or as part of a veggie omelet, they're one of the easiest ways to include high-quality protein in your day. And that's important because the muscles around your knees play a major role in helping support every step you take. When those muscles stay strong, everyday movements like standing up, walking, and climbing stairs often become easier to manage. Eggs also naturally provide several vitamins and minerals that support overall health. You don't need fancy recipes or expensive ingredients. Sometimes, a simple breakfast made with whole foods is exactly what your body appreciates. Here's something worth remembering. Healthy knees don't depend on one single nutrient. They're supported by an overall pattern of eating. One balanced meal won't change your life overnight, but hundreds of balanced meals over the years, that's where healthy habits begin making a difference. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. One better breakfast, one better lunch, one better dinner, day after day. Now here's a grocery store item that many shoppers toss into their cart without realizing how valuable it can be. It adds color to almost any meal. It works just as well raw as it does cooked. And it quietly provides nutrients your body uses every single day. Here's something many people don't realize. When we think about knee health, we often focus only on the knees themselves. But your knees don't work alone. They depend on healthy muscles, healthy bones, healthy connective tissues, and all of those rely on good nutrition. That's why every trip to the grocery store is an opportunity. not to search for miracle foods, but to make one or two smarter choices. So, what's the next grocery store favorite? 2. Bell peppers. Bell peppers brighten up almost any meal. They're crisp, colorful, and easy to add to breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whether you slice them into an omelet, add them to a salad, or roast them alongside chicken or fish, they're one of the easiest vegetables to enjoy regularly. Bell peppers are naturally rich in vitamin C. Your body uses vitamin C to help make collagen. Collagen is one of the important proteins found throughout your body's connective tissues, including cartilage. That's one reason vitamin C is considered an important part of a healthy diet. Again, no single vegetable can rebuild worn joints, but regularly eating nutrient-rich foods helps support the tissues your body depends on every day. Healthy knees aren't built by one meal. They're supported by thousands of meals over a lifetime. That's why simple grocery store foods deserve more attention than flashy advertisements. Now, picture yourself walking through the seafood section. Most people head straight for the fish they already know. They rarely stop to look at what's sitting right beside it. But this next choice has been enjoyed around the world for generations, and it may deserve a spot in your shopping cart, too. 3. Mackerel. Mackerel doesn't always get the attention that salmon does, but it's another nutritious fish worth knowing about. It's rich in protein, naturally provides vitamin D, and is also a source of omega-3 fats. These nutrients play important roles in supporting overall health, including muscle and bone health, as part of a balanced diet. The nice thing about mackerel is that it doesn't require complicated cooking. Bake it, grill it, or enjoy canned mackerel in simple recipes if that's more convenient. Healthy eating shouldn't feel overwhelming. The easier a habit becomes, the more likely you'll stick with it. Think about how many steps your knees take every single day, walking across the house, going to the mailbox, shopping for groceries, getting into the car, climbing the porch steps. Most of us never count those steps until our knees start reminding us. Now, the next food has probably been sitting in your refrigerator for years. Some sprinkle it over pasta, others use just a little to add extra flavor. Few people stop to think that this familiar ingredient also contributes important nutrients to a balanced diet. Very few think about the foods they already eat every week. But healthy joints don't rely on one single habit. They're supported by everything working together: regular movement, a healthy body weight, balanced nutrition, and giving your body the nutrients it needs over time. That's why this next grocery store favorite deserves a closer look. 4. Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese may not seem like an obvious choice. After all, most people think of it as a topping, something you sprinkle on pasta or add to a homemade meal. But even small amounts can contribute calcium and protein to your overall diet. Those nutrients are important for maintaining healthy bones and muscles as we get older, and healthy bones and muscles help provide the support your knees depend on every single day. The key, as always, is balance. Parmesan is naturally higher in sodium than some other cheeses, so it's best enjoyed in moderate portions as part of a varied eating pattern. 1 tablespoon over vegetables, a little mixed into scrambled eggs, or sprinkled onto a healthy meal. Sometimes a little goes a long way. Healthy eating after 60 isn't about giving up the foods you enjoy. It's about making thoughtful choices more often than not. Now imagine you're walking through the snack aisle, rows of brightly colored packages, sweet treats, salty chips, Foods that are easy to grab without thinking, but tucked among them is another simple grocery store item, one that's easy to keep in the pantry, easy to take on the go, and surprisingly versatile. Let's take a closer look. 5. Sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds may be small, but don't let their size fool you. These tiny seeds naturally provide healthy fats along with vitamin E and magnesium. They're also easy to work into everyday meals. Sprinkle a handful over a salad, mix them into oatmeal, add them to homemade trail mix, or enjoy a small portion as a snack. Healthy eating doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the foods that quietly become daily habits are often the ones that make the biggest difference over time. That's why this video isn't about finding one magical answer. It's about filling your shopping cart with foods that help support your body for the years ahead. And speaking of grocery carts, there's one final food waiting in the produce section. It's naturally sweet, easy to enjoy, and many people already bring it home without realizing it also fits beautifully into a balanced eating pattern that supports healthy aging. Let's reveal the last food on today's list. 6. Pineapple. Pineapple is one of those fruits that feels like a treat, naturally sweet, refreshing, and incredibly versatile. You can enjoy it fresh, add it to a fruit salad, blend it into a smoothie, or serve a few slices alongside breakfast. Beyond its flavor, pineapple provides vitamin C along with manganese, two nutrients that play important roles in your body's normal functions. Like every food we've talked about today, it isn't a miracle, and it won't erase years of wear and tear. But it can absolutely become part of a balanced eating pattern that supports healthy aging. Think back to the last time your knees felt good enough to walk a little farther than usual. Maybe you didn't even notice it. That's the funny thing about healthy movement. We often take it for granted until it becomes difficult. Every comfortable walk, every trip up the stairs, every afternoon spent playing with the grandkids, those moments are worth protecting, not with magic, but with simple choices made every single day. Now, before we wrap up, there's one everyday habit I'd like to leave you with. It doesn't come from the grocery store. It doesn't cost $1. And yet, it may be one of the most important things you can do for your knees after 60. One daily habit your knees will thank you for if your knees feel stiff. Your first instinct might be to sit down, and sometimes that's exactly what your body needs. But if sitting quietly turns into sitting for hours, your knees may become even stiffer. One of the simplest habits you can build is gentle daily movement. Not intense workouts, not running marathons, just regular movement. A short walk around the neighborhood, a few extra trips through the house, standing up and stretching every hour, or taking the stairs when it's comfortable and safe for you. Movement helps keep the muscles around your knees active, and those muscles are an important part of supporting the knee joint. That's why today's message isn't simply about adding 6 foods to your grocery cart. It's about combining nutritious eating with healthy daily habits, because they work best together. Food, movement, consistency. That's a combination your knees can truly appreciate. Before we finish, I'd like you to think about something. Weak knees don't usually change your life overnight. It happens little by little. One day, you choose the elevator instead of the stairs. A few weeks later, you park a little closer to the store. Then you stop taking evening walks because your knees don't feel quite as dependable. Eventually, You begin saying no to things you once enjoyed, not because you want to, but because moving simply doesn't feel the same anymore. And that's why today's message matters. This wasn't about finding a miracle food or promising to erase years of wear and tear. It was about realizing that your next trip to the grocery store can be another opportunity to care for your body. One cart, one meal, one healthier choice at a time. Let's quickly remember today's grocery store foods: eggs, bell peppers, mackerel, Parmesan cheese, sunflower seeds, pineapple. Each one provides nutrients that can become part of a balanced eating pattern, supporting healthy muscles, bones, and overall mobility. Not because any single food has all the answers, but because healthy knees depend on the way we care for our bodies over time. Here's something I hope you'll remember tomorrow. When you're walking through your local grocery store, don't just ask yourself, what sounds good? Ask yourself, what helps me keep doing the things I love? Maybe it's walking around the neighborhood, playing with your grandkids, gardening in the backyard, traveling with family, standing comfortably while cooking dinner, or simply getting through the day with a little more confidence. Those everyday moments are worth protecting, and they begin with everyday choices, not expensive bottles, not miracle advertisements, just real food, consistent habits, and patience. Because healthy aging isn't about becoming younger, it's about staying capable, staying independent, and continuing to enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which of today's grocery store foods do you already buy? And which one are you thinking about adding to your shopping list? Share your answer in the comments below. Your experience could help another viewer who's trying to stay active after 60. If you found today's video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to 60 Plus Food Guide, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week, we share simple food tips, healthy aging advice, and realistic lifestyle habits created especially for adults over 60. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. Take good care of yourself. Keep filling your grocery cart with foods that nourish your body. Keep moving whenever you can. And we'll see you in the next video.